Johnny, I'm so excited that you have managed to find some time for us today. I can see that you're at Wembley Stadium, I think you said.
Yep, I'm seeing clients up here today, and I thought this would be a rather nice little backdrop to do our interview.
Love it.
Wembley Stadium in the background there.
Awesome. A totally British brand. I love it. And at the Vision, Voice and Visibility conference, as we've just been saying, about 80% of the people that are coming to the conference are actually flying in. So I love that you are doing your interview in an international landmark of London.
very brand appropriate.
Very brand appropriate. Now, talking of brand, because obviously the Vision, Voice and Visibility conference is all about those three things. It's making sure that your message is strong, that it's heard, and that you're visible to all the hearts and minds and souls of the people that you want to impact on the most. Now, your journey started a long, long time ago, Johnny, and I know you're going to share some of the insights that you've had at one of our sessions over the course of the 3 days. But was it 35 years ago you entered the corporate world, and then 25 years ago you set up your own business? And I think that's extraordinary, the treasure chest that you must have in your head. Like, take us through a little bit of that journey.
Well, I think, you know, the journey from the corporate world to what effectively is self-employment is, I don't even know where to start with that one. I think, you know, all I can say is that it takes a huge amount of courage, and you know, to leave the comfort and the warmth of paid employment on a Friday, and then Monday morning, you know, you're sitting at the kitchen table and you're staring at a blank canvas. There is no company, there is no marketing plan, there is no strategy, there is no equipment, there is, you know,
yeah, and usually no money.
Yeah, no money either. So I think that, you know, that's a very galvanizing experience, and I didn't do it when I was a very young person. So I had at least 10 years under my belt in the corporate world. So I had some tools under my belt. But these young guys, I mean, I can only imagine that they've, you know, where do you start with that? You start with an idea, and then you go from there, and you turn. It's alchemy, isn't it? It's turning nothing into something.
Yeah, and you know, and especially for you know, people, I suppose, coming into it, not so, I'm trying to be polite here because you're not old, right?
No.
You're a spring chicken, and you know, and having that 35 years of experience that you've got as well. You know, obviously there's a massive amount of treasure that is in your head that I certainly want to get to while we're together. But I can imagine that there's certain elements of it back then that would have been a lot more difficult, because things like social media and, you know, free advertising, free marketing weren't available. But at the same time, there wasn't as much distraction. You know, there was the opportunity. Oh, we've lost you there. There you are. Hello. There wasn't the same amount of interruption and, you know, everything trying to get your attention. There's a lot of different things now, and certainly for millennials, I guess it's a massive, a very different world to the world you entered in business.
Yes, I mean, it's entirely unrecognizable now, isn't it? Because you know, we're talking about old school marketing, and you know, scaling up businesses the old way, the old school way.
Yeah.
And what was appropriate then is no longer appropriate now, and you know, the people of my vintage are having to relearn all over again. So I guess in that sense, the younger generation kind of have a head start because they're growing up with this technology and these new concepts and these new ideas. But I do think that there is still a place for some old school kind of ways and strategies. And as we know in the business world, you know, it's about connection, it's about relationships, it's about, you know, it's really about finding a way through, but with, you know, with help along the way.
Yeah, I love it. And I can't wait to learn those, because I think, you know, so often we are trying to do all of these new things all the time, but we forget the really simple stuff that works, the trust currency, the creating emotional connection. It's like, you know, we've almost become too transactional you know, financially transactional, but there's an emotional transaction as well that has to happen, and it's the connection and the creation of that connection. That's
absolutely.
So
I remember sitting down with Alan Sugar. Little bit of a name drop there, I guess, but he was part of my working world at one point, and I remember him saying, you know, loud and clear, son, you've got an emotional bank account, and at the moment yours is empty, and you've got to make it full. So, and I think that concept of an emotional bank account works in the corporate world, it works in self-employment, it works in relationships, and it's the way the world goes round, I think.
yeah, yeah. Well, I cannot wait to learn more. And Johnny, I'm so excited because you're not only speaking at the event, you are also a sponsor of one of our awards. So for our Young Entrepreneur of the Year, they will be collecting their beautiful trophy from you on the evening of our awards due. I can't wait. What was it that made you specifically, because you talked to me about this award 12 months ago. So what was it specifically that really lit you up in giving this particular award?
Well, the honest answer is that I'm giving the award that I would have loved to have won when I was that age.
Wow, I got goosebumps then.
Yeah, I've been in the business world a lot of years, and I mean I absolutely love the business world. I think it is such a compelling and exciting world to be in, particularly for somebody who's you know, starting out afresh. And the thought of starting with an award, you know, it's like a new footballer, you know, on the football pitch who scores on his first day of playing. You know, it just gives you a confidence boost that sets you up for the rest of your days.
Love it. How beautiful. I cannot wait. Like, as I said to you before we came on here, you and I, like no one else is going to know who the winner of this award is until you open that gold envelope, because James is like the key to everything, and he's not sharing anything in the office. It's like none of us can get into it. He's the only one with the password to the system, and we've had over 800 votes already. So if you haven't voted for the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award, I will make sure that I put the sponsor link in here so that you can go and nominate for them. And Johnny, I'm so excited you're joining us next week. I love the fact that there's banging going on in the background, because like we could not...
Yeah, everywhere you look, there's building work going on. Industry at its very best look.
And isn't that appropriate? We are building brands, and we are going to keep banging on about how important it is for you to do these things that we need to do. So I think the whole environment that you chose today, Johnny, was absolutely universal. It's perfect.
Good. Excellent.
Well, enjoy. Okay. Thank you so much for taking this time out between your meetings. I cannot wait to play with you next weekend. And for those of you that haven't booked your ticket yet, there's only a few left. So make sure, get in touch. You won't find a landing page. You won't find a website. It's personal invite only. So contact me, and I'll send you the information you need. Take care. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the awards.